Hey everyone, Bolts here, and today I'll be taking a look at set number 76174, Spider-Man's Monster Truck vs. Mysterio. This set contains 439 pieces and retails for $40 in the US and $50 Canadian. Now, before we look at the set, let's take a look at the box, instruction manuals, and then we'll take a look at the set and then the minifigures at the end. So let me just start by saying this box is huge. It's so big I can't even fit it in my space here to take a look at it here because this thing is so monstrous because look at how wide this thing is. It's huge. Like it feels like a real box. Like most Lego boxes are thinner on the sides and then bigger on the fronts. But this thing is like, it's big. And you got a picture of Spider-Man on the side here. On the front, you get a really cool look at everything that's included here. But actually not everything because it only shows one drone on the front there when there's two included in the set, which I thought was pretty interesting. You've also got the new Spider-Man logo in the top corner there. And on the back of the box, you can see that there are two drones included in the set there, as well as some other cool things that are included in the set. And yeah, manual in this set's nothing too interesting, just a basic manual. But at the back, we do have some advertisements for some sets, some of the Marvel sets, and even a set that hasn't even been released yet, the Spider-Man layer there. So you get to look at that right there, and then the Dodge car there with the Ghost Rider, and you also get some of the mechs. So that's pretty cool. And then of course the pieces, and then yeah. The first build here is actually two small builds, and they are these really cool little drones here. I think that these things are awesome. They're very small, compact, but they do the job, and they're supposed to be projecting Mysterio sort of tricks and whatnot, and they also have some weapons geared up on them with these stud shooters on the sides, and you can shoot those off. I will never find that piece ever again, but you also get some extra studs in these gunmetal gray here, which is nice to see because it's a really cool color to get those in. And these are both stickers right here, which is fine. I wasn't really expecting prints, but this piece here, the angled piece, works wonders for this thing. These things look much better than the Far From Home drones, I think. Those builds that came out, and yeah, overall really cool things. And just to show you proof that there are two, here is the second one right here. These are identical to each other. There's nothing differentiating them from one another. Here's Doc Ock with his giant tentacle arms sticking out, and I'm including this as a build just for now, just to take a look at these arms here. And I'll take a look at the actual minifigure in a minute here. But this thing is really cool with how these are made. I've never seen something like this being made in Lego with Doc Ock before. They're really cool. However, the only issue is they're using the Outrider back attachment piece, so these things tilt open like that. There's not enough articulation. It's not like there's a mixel joint back there, so that's a little bit iffy, something that I wish they didn't do, but there are mixel joints here, so there's some more articulation. These open up like flowers. All four of them are identical. The arms here, you can close them up and grab things and then open them up all the way like so, and they also spin around like that, which is really cool. You can do a lot of things with these, and I really like that. And yeah, overall really nice tentacle arms here for Doc Ock, one of the better ones that Lego's made in a while. Also note that these are stickers and not prints. I just don't want to get that mixed up. And now for the main part of the set here is Spider-Man's monster truck. Now, many of you are probably asking the same question that I once asked. Why is Spider-Man getting a monster truck? He doesn't need one. Well, he doesn't. It's not like he needs a helicopter or a motorcycle or a car or any one of those things that Lego's been continuously making for him. But why is he getting a monster truck? I mean, he doesn't have one yet. He doesn't have one. That's pretty much the only reason I can give, is that we haven't gotten one yet. Now, with that being said, this isn't the worst thing ever. They could have made a lot worse things, and I must say I actually am quite a big fan of the main design for this thing here. So let's take a closer look at this here. I must say there are a lot of stickers on this, but starting at the front here, the front cockpit area, you can remove this roof piece here, which is a sticker that says Spider-Man on it, which I don't understand why they actually just put his name on this. Like, I understand the spiders and everything, but just putting his name on this, it's like, nope, this isn't the Spider monster truck, this isn't the Spider Girl, Spider Boy, Spider Person, Spider Guy, this is Spider-Man. There's your gosh darn label there. That's what this is here. I think that's a little bit too much, just putting his name right on this thing. I understand why like, obviously you don't have to put that sticker on if you don't want to. I just thought it was pretty funny that they decided to brand his name onto the truck like you see in a lot of crappy, cheap kids' toys for Spider-Man, which I thought was just goofy on Lego's part, but it's up to you, really. I think it's not the worst thing ever because, again, you can remove the stickers. But With the roof being removed, you have the lights on the top there, and you can fit a minifigure in there. So if I just were to bring Spider-Man over here, you can just seat him down in there somewhat easily. I don't know, it's a little bit difficult to get your fingers in there, but he does sit perfectly fine like that. Also note the windows are half open, which is nice. Sometimes there's just no windows and there's just gaps in cars and trucks and stuff for these superheroes. So it's nice that there are some windows, and it's like he just has it down so he can see out and he's getting some fresh air or something. And inside there is a steering wheel. And if I just move Spider-Man really quickly so that you can get a better look inside there, you can see how it works inside there with how he's sitting. Now there are gaps in the front that lead all the way through, which is a little bit disappointing to see. I wish they covered that up, but it's not the biggest issue. Also know that the roof piece lays on top of these two pieces here. It's only stuck on by the two studs of the window. So I like that. I like it not being super glued on, so it doesn't take forever to take it off or anything. It's pretty easy to remove. But then the front here, you have the main sticker with the spider logo on there. Windshields, nice inclusion there. And the the license plate, Spider #1, but the I is a 1 and the E is a 3, so that means it's cool. It's so cool now. It's the Spider monster truck here. It's got his name all over this thing. You really know it's his now. It says Spider #1. Again, it's rubbing me the wrong way a little bit, but I think it's totally fine for kids and everything. Now, moving along, we have a main feature in this thing, and that is the web cannon. Now how this thing works is there's a very obvious yellow little switch on the side here, and you pull this up and it lifts up this blaster here, and you hit it from the back and it shoots out this web. Now, this is a really cool web piece that I personally haven't seen before. I'm sure it's been in other Spider-Man sets, but it's a circular one, which I was like, oh, I thought this was going to be one of the square ones, one of the square web nets that they used to make. But no, it's nice that we're getting one of these ones. I haven't noticed one of those before, but you do just stuff it in like that, and you can lower it by bringing this down, or you can just push the entire thing down like that. And then around the back here, there is just an engine exhaust there, and then the entire back of this thing is taken up by this cannon here. So there's no interior or anything, which I think is fine. I wasn't really expecting too much interior. I think it would be nicer if there was no cannon and you could have like a sliding door. You can put the spider people in there. I think that would have been cooler personally, but again, I'm fine with the cannon. Also note that the little handle is not on this side, which disappoints me a little bit because they easily could have attached it on there, and now there's just this pin sticking out, as well as these blue pins sticking out, which I don't like. It's very obvious. I guess blue isn't the worst color because Spider-Man is red and blue, but it's okay. Also, there's some white lines going across here, and then there's navy blue. Navy blue. I was not expecting navy blue to be on something like this. I was expecting it to be that bright blue that you always see on Spider-Man stuff. The blue right there. So I'm liking this. I think it looks really cool. It looks more mature almost with that darker blue. If they went with the darker red as well, it would have looked really, really cool, I think. But I'm totally fine with this. I'll take it. Now, as you may have noticed, this thing moves from side to side, and I actually think that's really cool. It's really fun, and this is a kid's toy. Again, keep that in mind. It's for ages 8 and plus on the box, which it means it's for kids. Kids are obviously going to get this, but it's really fun play feature to just move it around like that, just to have it rolling across like that. I think it's really cool. It's interesting. And how that works is the wheels on the front are attached to these hinges, and there's some rubber pieces that's hitting, so it's not pushing it all the way up. There's giving it some friction, and the same thing goes for the back there. So you can move these wheels alternate directions like that, like a all-wheel drive or anything. And these are stickers on the wheels here that give it this little spider thing. I wish that those weren't stickers. It would have been really nice, but they do look really cool on the wheels there. And the wheels are massive. This thing is pretty darn big in how it works. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the build. Also, just some other things to point out is that there are lights in the back, and then the exact same stickers in the back there as well. And that's pretty much it. Here are the two heroes or spider people of the set, with Spider-Man on the left and Spider-Gwen on the right. They finally actually labeled her as Spider-Gwen. I like seeing that instead of Ghost Spider, because with Spider-Verse, everyone's just going to call her Spider-Gwen, whether or not she's a Ghost Spider or whatever. So I'm glad that they're labeling her as Spider-Gwen here. And she also has a purple skateboard as her main accessory there, which we've seen in previous sets, but it's still nice to get that in that color there. It's pretty cool. So for the 2 minifigures here, I'm really happy with how these two turned out. They're pretty amazing. Now the Spider-Man is a new design for 2021 here with everything except for the legs. Those aren't new, but the head printing is new. Looks really cool, and the torso printing is new. And around the back, there's the back torso printing. Looks very nice, and the arm printing is really cool. Now there is one major flaw with this though, and that is being that the printing is not very good at all. It's really disappointing to see that too, because for a figure like this, you'd expect a really nice arm printing quality, but it's printed onto blue, right onto blue, with some black. Doesn't show the best. It doesn't work that well, so it does appear darker compared to the torso and the head and the hands. So that is disappointing to see. However, I will take it. It's cool. It's cool enough. But the one thing I really don't like about this figure, though, the one really big nitpick that's been on my mind, is the legs. The legs have no printing. None of the figures in this set have leg printing or dual molded legs or anything. Now, this piece, not included in this set, would have worked so well if they put it on that Spider-Man. It would have made this figure so much better, but they didn't put it on him. They didn't. I don't know why. They have the piece. They decided not to use it in any of the sets for that matter, which I think is just really ridiculous, honestly. They should have easily have put it on him, which makes this figure just a little bit weaker than everyone wanted him to be. Now, Spider-Gwen is amazing. So awesome. Now, with Spider-Man, like I said, all the figures in this set have no leg printing, but that's okay. That's totally okay. Spider-Verse, Gwen. We got her, boys. We got her. That's because the hood piece. The hood piece is brand new for this wave. It comes in the Miles Morales mech, and this set, only in the Miles Morales mech, it was red. So in this one, it's white, and it's brand new. Exclusive to this set here. So amazing with the head printing there. There's no printing on the other side of the head for Gwen here, but the hood piece just looks fantastic. It looks a lot like the one that Ash and Flash drew for his custom Gwen drawing, which looks really cool because that was an amazing drawing, and the fact that it's real, it's actually real now, is so awesome. The torso printing's great. I'm pretty sure that was in some previous sets. I'm not entirely sure. You may have to correct me on that. But she also has a back torso printing that looks awesome. It just really looks like her Into the Spider-Verse appearance there. Here's a wide shot. Here's the last two figures, the two villains of the set, with Dr. Octopus on the left, or Doc Ock, and Mysterio on the right. These figures are so cool. All the figures in this set are amazing, really. So on the left, Doc Ock does have some accessories with the jewel and the bag there. However, he also has a couple more accessories that just lie on the ground next to him, sort of, and that is one more of those white gems right there. And you get 2 gold ingots and 2 $100 bills, and those are all the accessories for Doc Ock there. So that's pretty cool. His hair, he's using the Peter Venkman hairpiece there. That looks perfect for Dr. Octopus there. That one just works fantastic. And then the face print and the torso kind of reminds me of something. Anybody else? It's PS4 Spider-Man Dr. Octopus. That's right. This looks so much like PS4 Spider-Man Dr. Octopus. It's amazing. It's scarily accurate. I think that they definitely are going for that character with this Doc Ock here. Like the goggles on him even match up really well for that. That just looks so amazing. And the torso printing in the green there looks fantastic. He's also got some back torso printing with the 4 spots for the tentacles to come out of there. And he does have an alternate expression there where he's grumpy, he's not very happy, he's losing the fight. Spider-Man's causing him some trouble. And then his evil grin on this side here. Really just a fantastic figure there. I love how it's just from the PS4 game. It's right at the PS4 game. Now Mysterio looks pretty big here, and that's because he's using the hidden side piece from the hidden side. I can't remember his name, but he was a really cool character in the hidden side thing, like a minifigure or whatever. He used that piece in dark gray and dark blue, I believe. But here it is in green, and it looks so good with Mysterio. Mysterio has these 2 Power Blast pieces here, which if you push on, they will, I believe they will fire out of his hands there. Yep, just like that. And they're in the green color there, so that is really cool to see. So you get 2 of those. I'll just remove them really quickly for the sake of the review here. But this figure is just overall fantastic. Almost everything with this figure is new. Regarding the head, the bobble head, the globe headpiece. I'm not sure exactly what you'd call it there. The dome around his head. But that's in a new color. The shiny blue color there. That's really cool. And if you actually remove that, there's a light gray head underneath, which is fine. You're not going to see his face underneath no matter what, but this is partially transparent, so you might see a little bit of it, but this is just a really nice piece there. I've never had a Mysterio before, so this one's probably the best one. I'm assuming this is the best one they've made, because people are always talking about how good this one is. But there is a 4+ cape in the pink here, so there's only one hole on the cape to attach to the neck, which I've heard a lot of people complaining about, but I think it looks great because it looks like he's flying almost, like it's floating in the air, which I think works perfectly for him. And just have some back torso printing, which looks okay. It's not the best printing ever, wasn't really expecting the best or anything, but the front torso printing also looks great. It's the comic style of Mysterio, which looks amazing. He's got the gold hands as well. No leg printing on either of these figures, like I said earlier, but the bottom piece here is really what makes this figure so cool. If I remove that, just take a closer look at this piece here, there's this creamy lighter green color that's on it, which a lot of people have been complaining about, but I think it looks great because it looks like Mysterio, like what he's supposed to look like. Looks a little bit messy in the back here with how they inject the plastic, but I think it works fine. It works perfectly fine. And also that's where you stand the minifigure's legs into there. So yeah, 2 fantastic villain minifigures included in this set. Now, something really cool in this set is that you get a lot of the web pieces that come in most of the Spider-Man sets. However, these ones are in the translucent clear color here. So you get the 2 web blasters here, one shorter and one longer, and these are all in the translucent color there. Now, the only problem is with these 2 here is that when you attach it to the white pieces, it looks way off, doesn't work well. However, with the rest of the pieces here that are included, these work fantastic for like the webs. Everything from maybe Spider-Gwen or whatever. It looks really cool and really nice to see. And I think this works better for web pieces than the white ones do, because webs are usually like more of a translucent color here and whatnot. So that was just a really cool inclusion that they decided to make. And before I wrap this all up here, here's just all the extra pieces included in the set with some of the extra studs to put into the missiles for the stud shooters with the drones here. But it's really cool that you also get a little gem piece as an accessory there, so you can add that to the other treasures. So some pretty nice pieces here. So overall, my thoughts on this thing, I was not expecting it to be this good at all when I first saw it, but really, when I started digging into it, and now that I have it in hand, I gotta say, this thing exceeded my expectations by a lot. The monster truck build is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's actually quite a nice build when I really look at it more, but the Doc Ock arms were also fantastic. The drones are great accessory builds that they didn't really need to even include 2, but they did anyway, so I love that. But really, the minifigures are what make this set so worth it. So for the $40 price point in US dollars, that is, at first I thought, no way, that's way too much when I looked at the monster truck. The monster truck, sure, yeah, that is too much for monster truck, but when you factor in the arms for Doc Ock and the 2 drone builds, and the Mysterio leg attachment piece is obviously going to add a lot of value to the price, it really makes it worth it, I think. And with the figures there, they put all the good stuff in this one set, and that's what really makes this set so fantastic, is that they included everything good about Spider-Man and put it in right here. The Spider-Verse, Gwen, Spider-Man with arm printing is right here. Doc Ock from the PS4 game is here, and classic Mysterio with the new leg attachment. It's so great. You get so much in this one small set. I really do like it, and I recommend you pick this up if you are a Spider-Man fan. This is probably the perfect set for you, as you get everything you really want. Well, besides the monster truck, you probably weren't asking for that, but yeah. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Now, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below, as it really helps out, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.